Hey there, tech fans. Rick here again from Drone Valley. Today, I have the VTOMAN FlashSpeed 1000 Portable Power Station. This product allows you to take energy with you out in the field on your next camping trip, or if you're taking a long road trip with the family, or if a storm's come through and you've lost power at home, you can use this portable power solution to run your appliances and charge all of your thirsty portable devices until the power comes back. Now, before I get too deep into all the cool features that VTOMAN has built into this product, I thought I'd start with a really quick unboxing just to show you everything that's included, and then I'll cover the specifications and talk about what makes this product special, because there are a lot of portable power stations on the market, but what VTOMAN has done is thought about how you're going to use it, how you're going to charge it, where you're going to take it, and they built a lot of advanced features into this particular model that you'll need to understand so you can compare it to other products you may be considering. But let's get started with the unboxing first. So when you first pop open the box, you'll find the FlashSpeed 1000. It weighs 37 pounds, so it's about a mid-sized portable power station, but that's because it has a lot of energy inside and it does a lot of things. But there are two really nice handles in the top, so you can lift it into your car, out of your car to your camping site. It's really easy to bring along. It has 828 watt hours of internal capacity that can provide up to 1,000 hours of external charging and operating capabilities that can surge to 2,000 watts. And I'll get into that in a minute. And it has a ton of different outlets on the front you can use to charge and operate your devices. All right, so that's the unit. Also included is an AC charging kit. You'll notice there is no charging brick. It's just a plug you'd put into your wall outlet and another plug that plugs into the unit. And I'll get into that in a minute, but that's one of the innovations. It also includes a car kit, so you can plug this into your car. It's got a barrel connection on the other end. You can plug it into the front of the unit. And it also includes two USB cables. There's a USB-A to USB-C and a USB-C to USB-C. And I think it's nice they've included those because you can use these with the USB ports on the front to charge your phone, your tablet, your drone batteries, your camera, whatever you need to charge. You've got the cables included. You'll find a quick tips guide that talks about some basic care and feeding of the product to make sure that you're going to use it correctly, and a full instruction manual is also included that explains everything you could possibly want to know about the unit, how to use it, how to connect it to a charger, how to charge it, how to discharge it, how to connect things to it. So always read through that manual to make sure you're getting the best value out of the product. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the unit. So any portable power station, there's really three things you have to be focused on. How do you charge it? And then once you have those batteries charged, what kind of technology is holding that charge? And then once you take it out in the field, how do you use that stored energy to charge and operate external devices? So let's start with the charging cycle. Typically, there are three ways to charge a portable power station: AC at home, DC in the car, and DC from a solar panel. This provides all three. You have the cable for home charging here. It's a standard AC cable. You have the DC cable for your car, and you can connect through this Anderson port on the front a solar panel up to 220 watts. But what they've done with this particular product is VTOMAN has eliminated that external charging brick. Most portable power stations on the market have this giant external brick, and what that brick does is it converts the AC in your home to DC to charge those other portable power stations. And the challenge there is those bricks are wildly inefficient, so you're wasting a lot of energy converting the AC to DC, but more importantly, they can't really put a lot of power out, so it takes forever to charge those other portable power stations. With this one, they've actually built that conversion circuit into the unit. They call it a reverse inverter, and it changes the AC to DC to quickly and safely charge the internal batteries. So using this, it eliminates the need for that brick, which can go bad, and it also allows you to charge this unit to full capacity in about 70 minutes, which is absolutely amazing when you think about it, because other portable power stations with the external bricks might take 4 or 5 hours to charge a capacity this large. With this one, you can pretty much plug it in, go pack your bags, get a cup of coffee, come back, and it's going to be fully charged so you can get out the door and on to your next adventure. I like that an awful lot. I also like the fact that they've included the DC charging kit, because you may be driving to a location and you may want to charge it on the way to your location or your campsite, and you can use this in your car. The one thing I will caution you about is that you don't want to charge it with the car turned off, because you only have so many electrons in the battery in your car, and if you try to charge it off that and you leave it charging too long, you may drain the battery far enough where you can't start the car. So I always recommend, if you're using this, make sure the car is running. The best time to do it is when you're driving to a location, and that way you're not taxing your battery. And again, they include the cables you need to charge external devices. All right, so you can charge it at home with AC, DC in the car, or DC from a solar panel. And you can pretty much use anybody's solar panel that has an Anderson connection on it, plug it into the front of the unit up to 220 watts, and charge this in about 3 or 4 hours, which is pretty nice. And of course, that depends on how much sunlight you've got, how big the solar panel is it facing the sun, is it a cloudy day? So it's going to vary a little bit, but easily the quickest way to charge it is at home with an AC charger. All right, so now that we understand how to charge it, what kind of batteries inside the unit? Now that's important because there's a lot of different battery technologies on the market. The most popular one up till a couple of years ago was lithium polymer, which is the LiPo technology. And that's what's used in most cameras, most laptops, most tablets, most phones. It's really good for portable electronics because you're not going to operate those in a really hot or a really cold environment. You will with this. So if you go camping, it's going to get hot, it's going to get cold. LiPo technology is not great for heat like that. Heat in the summers or cold in the winters. You can't really charge it when it's hot. You can't really use it when it's hot. So LiPo technology has a fairly limited span of temperature that you can use it. This one doesn't use lithium polymer technologies. It uses lithium iron phosphate, which is the latest battery chemistry in the market. And that does a couple of things for you. Number one, you can use it in hot and cold weather. There's no impact whatsoever to the charge cycle. It also can be charged and discharged many, many more times than lithium polymer technology. LiPo technology, probably a couple of hundred charge cycles. With this technology, well over 3,000. And if you do the math on that, even if you charged it once a day, that's well over 10 years of charge cycles, and you know you're not going to use it every day and charge it and discharge it. So you're going to get well over 10 years of use out of the batteries inside. With those other lithium polymer-based solutions, you might get 3 years out of it if you're using it an awful lot. So you're really limiting the use of those other portable power stations, whereas with this one, you're not going to have to worry about the batteries going bad on you over time. So lithium iron phosphate, absolutely the best chemistry right now for portable power stations. It also handles the charge better, which means you can charge it on a Monday, and if maybe you're not leaving for the camping trip until Saturday, it's still going to have 100% of the charge. Lithium polymer has natural decay built in, which means if you charge a lithium polymer system on a Monday, by the time Saturday rolls around, it might be down to 60 or 70% of its capacity. Then you got to charge it up again, so you don't want to be dealing with that. Another advantage with this product is that it has what I'll call charge-through capabilities, which means I can plug it into a wall outlet in the morning when I'm heading out for my trip and charge the internal batteries, but it also passes that energy through to all of the ports on the front of the unit. So I can plug other things into it and charge those at the same time I'm charging the internal batteries. So if you're heading out on a camping trip and you've got your tablet, your phone, your camera, your drone batteries, plug them into the front of the unit, and when you're getting your coffee and you're packing your bags, you can be charging everything from the same unit. That feature is also really beneficial as an uninterruptible power supply, which means if you plug this into the wall and you plug your computer into it and whatever technology you've got, if you lose power at the home, it'll actually immediately switch into backup power mode, 20 milliseconds, backup power mode, which means you're not going to have a blip on your computer. The computer is going to continue to run. No worries about disk crashes or other problems with the operating system. So it's a really decent product from a power distribution perspective. All right, so in addition to charging it and the batteries inside, once you've got those batteries charged and you've taken it out on your camping trip, how can you use that internal energy to charge and operate your external devices? Well, typically power stations have 1 of 3 ways that you can use that energy. AC, just like in your home, DC, just like in your car, or USB, which is pretty much what you use to charge all of your portable devices today. And you'll typically plug a charger into the wall and then connect the USB-A or USB-C to it to charge those devices. This product provides all 3 of those flavors, if you will, of energy. So on the front, you'll see 3 full-sized AC outlets right there. Between the 3 of them, it'll deliver 1,000 watts of external charging and operating capabilities, which means you can plug a bunch of things in there, a light, a coffee pot, a drill, and you've got up to 1,000 watts of energy that you can use continuously. The nice part about this, though, is number 1, it's pure sine wave output, which is important because a lot of the other portable power stations are using a modified sine wave, which is okay for things like lights. It's not great for electronics. With this one, you're getting, just like the electric at home, you're getting a pure sine wave, which means it's completely safe for any kind of sensitive electronics. The other thing is there's surge protection built in up to 2,000 watts. And the reason that's important is because if you plug something in that draws a little bit more current when you first turn it on, something like a power drill or a pump or maybe a compressor inside of a cooler, it's going to draw a little extra current and then it's going to settle down. If you didn't have that surge protection built in with the other portable power stations, you might pop a breaker. With this one, you can surge up to 2,000 watts and steady state about 1,000 watts, which gives you the ability to plug in a drill, plug in a blender, plug in a cooler, anything that's got that initial inrush of current will work just fine in this unit. So with AC, you're completely covered, nice clean power up to 1,000 watts, and 3 outlets, by the way, that are 3-prong outlets, which are grounded outlets, so you can plug an extension cord in, run it over your tent, and use the electric to your heart's content. All right, the other way to do it is to use DC output, right? You've got a full-size DC port right here that allows you to plug anything into it that you'd plug into your car. And you're gonna get 12 volts at up to 10 amps there, so that's a lot of current. So if you're using something that you plug into your car like this, you can plug it in right there. But that's not where it stops, because below it, you'll find 2 5521 outlets, and those are pretty common outlets that you can use to convert to other things. For example, you can find an adapter like this that has a 5521 plug on the end and another car outlet on the other end. So I can plug this into one of those ports right there and actually double the things I can plug in like I'd plug into my car. I can get another one of these and plug it into the other one. So you've got a lot of options there using those 5521s to directly convert it to a car outlet, and there are cables out there that'll convert it to USB-C, they'll convert it to charging cables for DVD players, game consoles, and laptops and other things. So those ports are kind of universal ports for DC. So now you've got AC, 3 ports, you've got DC, 3 ports. What about the USB? Well, USB has 2 standards, both for connection and for quick charging standards. The 2 connection standards are right here. USB-A, which is the older one, that's the larger connection, and USB-C, which is the newer connection. So whatever cable you've got today that you're charging a device from, whether that be an Apple product, an Android product, or some other product, you can plug it into one of those ports. It's got both USB-A and USB-C. But then in addition to that, there are 2 quick charge standards available as well. QC, which is on the USB-A ports, and PD, which is on the USB-C ports. So on the front of the unit, you'll find 4 full-sized USB-A ports right there. One of those is a quick charge port. So if you've got a device that uses the quick charge standard, that port is smart enough to look at that device, figure out the voltage and current it needs to fully charge it because it's interrogating that device, and it adjusts its voltage and current to quickly and safely charge that device just like you would at home. The other 3 ports below it are standard 5 volts at 2.4 amps output. It's about 12 watts of output for those, so a standard USB charging. And you can use all 4 of those at the same time, which is pretty amazing. Above that, you'll see 2 full-sized USB-C ports. Now, the USB-C ports use the standard for quick charging called PD, or power delivery. Both of those are PD ports. So both of them are intelligent enough to look at the device that's plugged into it, adjust the voltage and current to charge that device quickly and safely. But in addition to that, they can both deliver 100 watts of charging power. That's unbelievable. 100 watts is really, really high. Most portable power stations, 30 watts, 40 watts, if you're lucky, 60 watts. The reason 100 watts is important is because if you're trying to charge a laptop, you'll need 100 watts. If you're trying to charge drone batteries or a large tablet, you're going to need a lot of current out of that USB-C port. This gives you 2 of them at 100 watts each, which is pretty incredible. So again, anything you're going to bring out in the field that you're charging at home, you can charge off this unit. And if you have that power failure, just plug in your tablet, plug in your phone, plug in your camera batteries if you want to take pictures during the blackout. All of that works fine on the unit. I also want to mention the display. So what VTOMAN has done with this product is they built in different power switches for all of those different circuits. So you've got one to turn the AC on, one to turn DC on, and one to turn USB on. The reason that's important is because other portable power stations on the market might have one big switch that you hit and turn the whole thing on. Well, if you're only using the DC portion of it or USB portion of it, you don't want the AC firing up because you're using energy and nobody's plugged in, right? So this you can turn on just what you need, when you need it, and only draw the current you need to charge those particular devices. But this display up top will tell you which of the circuits is active. It'll also tell you how much current you're drawing from the unit. It'll tell you how much current's going into the unit when you're charging it. It gives you a detailed view of how much energy is left in the unit and how long you can use that energy with the things you have plugged in. So every bit of detail you need about the current status of the product is given to you through that front panel. And the last thing I'll mention is on the back of the unit, they've built in a courtesy light, which I think is a really nice touch. And I've been using this for a couple of weeks. I didn't think I'd use that light that often, but you know what? Turns out I use it an awful lot because when you're camping, you may need to plug something in or look at something. Just hit that light and it comes right on. It uses the energy inside to turn on the light and allows you to see what you need to see. So it's got 3 settings. It's low, it's high, it's SOS. So if you break down on the side of the road, you can pull this thing out of your truck, put it down on the side of the road, put it in SOS mode so oncoming traffic knows that you're off to the side of the road. Then the last thing I'll mention is all the magic inside the unit. When you're charging it, when you're maintaining the battery chemistry, and when you're discharging it, is controlled by a very sophisticated battery management system, which is a circuit that's built into the unit that monitors the inrush of current to charge those batteries. It distributes that charge across the batteries. It's keeping track of the temperature of the batteries, the health of the batteries. It's distributing that voltage across all the batteries equally. So it's watching those batteries to really take care of them so you can get the longest life out of the product. That same circuit is also watching the current that's being supplied to your external devices. So when you plug a bunch of things in, know that that battery management system is very carefully watching how that current and voltage is being sent to those devices to protect those external devices, because the unit itself has a certain cost to it, but all the things you're going to plug into it, your phone, your tablet, your whatever, your drone batteries, your cooler, you got to be careful, because if this doesn't control the voltage and current hanging out to those products, you could damage those products. So knowing you've got a very sophisticated battery management system inside the unit means you're perfectly safe plugging everything into the unit, not having to worry about things getting damaged externally. So I guess in conclusion, I like the unit an awful lot. It's right in that Goldilocks zone of being portable enough, but powerful enough to take with you pretty much anywhere. It's great for a weekend of camping or even a week of camping. It's really nice if you want to take it in the car and you're going on that long road trip and you got kids in the back seat that want to plug things in. You can plug this into your car. You can let them plug into the unit and they can charge and operate all their devices when you're driving to that location. And again, it's a great backup solution for your home, that if you have a power failure, you know that it's going to switch over quickly to this if you've got computers plugged into it. But even if you don't, having this in the basement ready to go, knowing it's fully charged, means if you lose energy at the house, bring this upstairs, plug in your coffee pot, plug in your refrigerator, and just, kind of weather the storm with plenty of power to run all your cool things. And that's really all I had for today. So thanks a lot for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed this review.